Cool guys. So welcome. Hope everybody had a good weekend so far. We are back in the trenches, back looking at the charts this week. I haven't looked at them since Thursday. The reason I said Thursday, a lot of us experienced news for the first time, and we didn't go back, whereas some of you lot went back Friday and tried to make it all back. So yeah, drop a one in the chat box, guys, if this is your first Sunday mastery breakdown with myself. Let's see how many newcomers are here today. Okay, welcome. Where are the ones that are coming? A lot of new folks. Lovely to see it. Love to see it. Cool guys. So I'm not an educator. This is not a call we have to do, but I do get a lot of questions, a lot of things I can obviously help over trading the last 4 years. But what I would say, if you are brand new, you're better off going to the mastermind videos or the ECA Academy. All right, because this is going to be a little bit advanced. Like I said, I am not an educator, so it's not going to come out as basic as maybe you'd understand. For those that obviously know how to trade, this course for you. You're more than welcome to stay on, but if you do start losing me or it's not making sense, then that's an indication that you need to go back to the ECA Academy and obviously the mastermind videos. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. When does the markets opens? I'm still in that Monara gold trade from Friday. God bless you. So the markets open at 11, so you've got an hour. That's why I do it from like 10 to 11 because by 11 the market should be open. So hopefully you manage your risk. Hopefully you put a stop loss. But if you don't know already, if you're new to trading, normally price doesn't open where it closed on Friday. So hopefully you're on a good end of it. But yeah, like I said, it's all about learning and applying it for the week. So let me share my screen. Let me know once you guys can see my screen. Can you guys see Forex Factory? Just let me know in the chat box. Let me see the chat. How can I see the chat? Okay, cool, wonderful. Right, cool, wonderful. So as we do, let's check the news for the week. We've got FOMC on Wednesday, and we have NFP on Friday. So NFP is something that happens every first Friday of the month. It's when employment rates come through, and normally the market does get shaken. So just stay away. If anybody learned from last week, I'm going to go through the gold trade as well. Um, I should have known better personally, hence why I said, you know what, I'm just gonna just wait until Monday, because it was kind of obvious what was gonna happen. But we'll break it down anyway. So Monday we got clear skies, Tuesday USD, Wednesday we got a lot of news. So I've had a few questions about how to handle news, and I think you'll find out as you go along your journey. What I do, if I'm not in a trade at least an hour before, okay, I won't put a trade in within the hour. That's where I went wrong Thursday, but I got no one to blame other than myself. If I am in a trade, I'll go break even. Or when you're actually going to get a better entry or good time to trade is after the news. And I'm going to show you guys the gold example. All right, so let's get into it. I want to break it down. Drop a one if you guys was on SNK Samuel's call last week, his advanced call last Thursday. Just drop a one if you was on Samuel's call on Thursday. Wicked. Now, if I was a new beginner, if I was a new first time trader, that call would have done me the world of good. I took what I could from it because I do have my own strategy. But even psychologically, what he was teaching, guys, was trust me, a lot of people pay money for that sort of value. So if you haven't watched it, definitely ask your upline for the recording. If you did watch it and you are new, go over it because he dropped a lot of gems that will definitely help you on your journey. All right. So I'm not going to go into as basic information as he did break it down. Obviously, going off structure, you guys can see when it comes to gold, we're bullish. All right. Very, very simple. We've been bullish for a while. And hence why Manara, and if those that was on last week's call, I did call out a buy. However, gold was just moving very, very stubborn. and it's kind of natural of gold. We shouldn't have expected nothing less. So what I'm gonna do is I just want to break down how I trade and obviously what I saw from last week. Um, so I think yeah, this was from Wednesday. So let's go back a little bit. Tuesday, Monday. Okay. So if we go back to last week, um, Monday, let's start from here. Okay. So looking at gold from this standpoint, guys, is pretty much in no man's land. Obviously, how I trade is very, very basic. Support, resistance, trend lines, etc. All right, you guys can see here. This is a nice support level, and obviously above, you've got a nice resistance level. Very, very simple. I don't overcomplicate it. All right. Moving forward, like I said, going off trend lines, what it normally does do is it builds up liquidity through the trend line. Liquidity is just money. So all these wicks that you guys see, it just means money. So even before you get into it, you can see up here, if you look from left to right, how the charts work is whatever is on the left and hasn't been swept by the right-hand side, it's still valid. I'm going to say that again. So whatever is on the left-hand side that hasn't been swept by the right-hand side, it is still valid. So for me, that is still equal highs, money sitting above. In this example here, in these two wicks here, you see this one wick here. There's one wick here and this second wick, okay? Money's been taken, okay? So money that was here, stop losses that was here, this one wick has taken people's stop loss. So if someone had a stop loss like this, okay, and they had it just above the high as they teach you on YouTube and all this basic information, all right, price said, you know what, I'm going to pierce your stop loss, right? I'm going to pierce your stop loss and then I'm going to go the actual way you want it to. That's exactly what it did. All right, so moving forward, I'm going to show you what gold did. We did catch a sell. We had a good start of the week of Monora, and we should have ended the week unless you over leveraged. But if you outplay what happened during the week, okay, all right. So again, price has not taken liquidity from the left to the right. So again, price is just building up money, hence why Monara was calling out the buy. Everybody saw the buy. Everybody that was trading gold and has been experienced was looking for buys. It was just being very, very stubborn. It was too good to be true, too early. Okay. So let's play this out. I think we still built liquidity. Yeah, went higher. Yeah, cool. So, all right, let's backtest a little bit. Okay, cool. So again, guys, it's still building liquidity. It hasn't swept liquidity above. So gold for the whole of the week was just setting up people that were wanting to buy, especially from the support zone, right? This is why you can't just go off support and resistance because what people was probably looking for was probably a push down to your support zone. It's a good support area, but you cannot solemnly just trade off support. All right. So coming up here as well, what we've done is we built liquidity trend line. Okay, it's not going to be exact. It's not going to be perfect. On the 30-minute, you guys can see that candles have closed below my trend line. Okay, so you can see this bit here, the candles have closed below my trend line. But if I go to the higher time frame, I'm pretty sure they will be wicks. Okay, wait, it's not clear. Let's go to the 8. Yeah, the charts are moving mad. The charts are moving mad. It's not clear, but easily you can see here, liquidity is being built here below. Why is my mouse moving like that? Right, liquidity is being built below. And as price does, Monara called out a sell from this point here. Well, it may have even been Chris. We called out a sell, okay? When liquidity trend lines are built, guys, money is left. So as you can see, just from this picture, okay, we've pretty much tracked price, all right? I'm not gonna, there's different names you can call it, but this is like a wedge. All a wedge means is that there's money above and there's money below. But which way is it gonna go first? That's what we have to find out as traders, okay? Now, as it broke, what normally happens is it sweeps the whole trend line. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean by this. Just like that, money has been swept. So anybody that was accumulating buys, anybody that has buys here, right? A lot of people was looking for buys last week. Okay, long, right? A lot of people are looking for buys. So what you'll do is you'll put your stop loss below the low, all right? Trying to swing the high. Very simple. Okay. Everybody was trying to do this. From the low, put it below the low. TPs could be at the top of the high, but price was not ready. Price was not ready to move. So what it did is it swept the liquidity. Now this has been gone. So you can get this off your chart because it's been swept. All right. Now going into the trade that was sent out. Okay. Let's just talk about it on Thursday, sorry. News is an excuse for price to do what it should have done already. I'm going to say that again. News is an excuse as to what price should already do. Okay. So on Thursday, all right, on Thursday, because we was looking for buys, if we just go off structure, okay, anybody that learned from Samuel's session, just looking at this bit here, okay, are we bullish or bearish? Just looking at this bit here, going off what we learned with Samuel. All right. Are we bullish or bearish in this area here? Just in that box. Don't be shy, guys. So we got bear, 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 bullish, bear, bull. Okay. Now, what Samuel taught is that if the low has not been taken, we are still bullish. So if price comes below here, we're bearish. Because price hasn't come below here, we're still bullish. Okay. So if you was to get your Fibonacci tool, and even if you was to go off structure, all right, let's go off structure. Okay. Let's go off structure. Okay. So you got your low, your high, your low, your high, your low. It never created a lower low, but what it did do is it created a higher high. So on the 30-minute time frame, guys, we are higher than this, which means we've broken structure. Where can I watch the recording of Sam's call? So message your chat, and hopefully someone, an upline should have it. Okay. So this is a break of structure on a 30-minute time frame. It didn't create a lower low. Well, we haven't got there yet, but I'm going to show you what happened. So really and truly, guys, we are still bullish, right? Because this is a break of structure on a 30-minute time frame. Okay, that's a break of structure. So you could put BOS, break of, oh, right? That's a break of structure. So what happens when you get a break of structure? You just need a pullback. You just need to be patient. All right. So what you do is you get your Fibonacci tool from your low to your current high. And what you're waiting for is a pullback towards your 88 and 78 golden zone. So this is the discount zone. If you're going to buy a car, you want to get a discount. If you want to buy anything, you're going to get a discount. So if you can buy gold at 2007 instead of 2019, wait until you get the cheaper price. So when Manara called out this trade, oh, give me a break. When Manara calls out a trade, when they called out the trade on Friday, all price was doing was just consolidating. It was just consolidating. It was just moving around. What date was it? It was Thursday. Okay. So what price did, guys? I'm gonna try and catch this. It was literally just asking about. Let me try and get to where before it went out. Okay, let's back test a little bit. Okay, cool. So this section here, guys, you do not want to be trading in it. And you can't blame Manara because Manara did not tell you to click buy or sell. However, if you manage your risk, you should have been okay. But at the same time, guys, this is not pretty to be trading in, especially if it's not in our golden zone and especially if it's just consolidating. all right? Because all it's doing is just catching buyers and sellers. And unfortunately, we was on the wrong end of it last week. Okay. So you equal highs here. Why is my mouse moving? Okay. So same as before, all price is doing when it consolidates is it building money below. All of our stop loss got swept. Can you show how to find the golden zone? So the golden zone, my friend, is on the fibs. So you pull out your fibs from your low to your high, and the golden zone is 88.6% and 78.6%. That's your golden zone. That's where you want to look for buys or sells. Okay. Now, I was looking for this section. So if I pull this up a little bit, I'm looking for buys within this section. All right. Anywhere within this zone is the money. Now, what's quite funny is that everybody's heard of the word order block, right? You guys have heard of order block and buy to sell candle, those that have been trading. This sell to buy candle right here. So if I zoom into this candle here, this sell to buy candle, all right here, okay? This is a 130 candle, okay? This is on the January, the 18th of January, 130, all right? If we go to news on January, what date did I say? It's the 18th, okay? So January the 18th, okay, at 1:30, there was unemployment claims. There was news on USD at 1:30 on Thursday, January the 18th. It's not a coincidence, guys, that on the charts, this sell candle was also a news candle. Now, what happens with news? For news to happen, they have to put more buyers or sellers to move the market in an instant. Okay, so when news happens, all that's happening is investors, bankers, whatever you want to call it, they are putting more money in. So in this example here, they put loads of buys in this point here. But when you put loads of buys in, you have to now come back and get your money. So what I did is I dived in to this candle on a 15-minute time frame. I can't see anything. All right. On the 5-minute time frame, still can't see anything. On the 3-minute, all right, let's dive into that same candle over here. And on the 1-minute, I think I see it. If not, it'll be on the other broker. On the 1-minute candle, guys, we have what is called an imbalance. Okay, so this is the 130 candle. This would on a 30-minute time frame. This would be the 1-minute the 30-minute candle. From this wick, okay, where price is empty, and from the bottom of this wick here, that is an imbalance. And this is on the 1-minute. This is where a lot of people don't like to dive into, and it can get a bit confusing. But I knew this was a news candle, and it's in our fibs area. Okay. Now, if you guys see what happens when news struck, okay. All right. So news was asking about when news struck, guys. Okay, on my other broker over here, it pierced it perfectly. All right, where is it? Okay. So on my other broker, it's not a coincidence that price came, took what they put in from the news week before, and then made its way. So really and truly, entry should have been a lot lower. Okay, entry should have been from my imbalance just below the low. You can put it below the low, and targets could even be above here. All right. Or it might be ready to go. So you could have put it wherever you wanted to. But the point of the matter is that it came to our Fibonacci, swept liquidity, swept liquidity above, and now it's just consolidating. So gold right now is just playing game, guys. With fib retracement, is doing low to high, looking for buys, and high to lows for sell. Yeah, correct. So if you want to find where the next buying point is, you pull out your fibs, all right, from your low to your high, and your Fibonacci, your golden area, is obviously here. And if it was for sales, it would be the other way around. All right. Yeah, that was exactly where everyone who hasn't before experienced slippage for the first time. Yeah. So moving forward, guys, just be careful with news, man, because it will make you lose, especially on a funded account. My funded account lost more than I should have. So moving forward, it's swept liquidity below and it's swept liquidity above. I'm still want buys, if I'm honest with you, but yeah, we're just gonna have to see. Yeah, the price, yeah, we're gonna have to just sit and wait for gold, I guess. And it's funny how the trend line that was going up, all right, the trend line that was being built, this news candle, it wicked below, but it stayed above. So it's not always where the candle opens, it's where the candle closes. Okay, so it wicked below, but sat above the trend line. All right, so moving forward, guys, I'm not sure on gold. We're gonna have to sit and wait. But for last week, we should have just waited for news and capitalized on the push down before push up. Did that make sense, guys? Drop a one if that made sense. If Monara was to put out a Monara trade tonight or tomorrow, would you take it? No, no. Even Friday, when the Friday trade come out, psychologically, because well, for me personally, because I made a schoolboy error on Thursday and I lost more than I should have, I'm not trading Friday because psychologically, whether I say I'm okay or not, I'm not okay. So I said, you know what, I'm done till Monday. And what people probably did is they tried to trade on Friday and markets were still playing with you. Is there an imbalance on the 24th? 24th of so yeah, gold. I'm not sure with gold, guys. I'll personally stay away. I'll be surprised if Monara sends out a gold trade. Um, I'll be patient. All right. If we're looking at GJ, GBP, JPY, we caught a nice sell. Monara called out a sell as well. Let's scale this up. So these red lines, guys, if you're wondering, these are higher time frame support and resistance. Okay. So higher time frame support and resistance. As you can see, every time it comes to the area, we got a reaction. Looking forward, I still think we need to come a little bit higher on GJ. I'll be honest with you. We hit TP3, I think, on GJ, but I just think we may need to come a little bit higher. We've got equal highs here. And on a weekly time frame, if you guys can see, on a weekly time frame, we have still got this huge imbalance to fill out. So from this point, okay, from this point, why is my mouse moving like this? From here to literally where it is now, or from let's just say here, right, we've got a huge gap that needs to be filled. So I would like it to come up a little bit higher, even on the monthly. What's the monthly saying? Yeah, I think we are going to come a little bit higher on GJ. So this wick here, this one little wick here was replaced, was taken by this here. Okay. So this wick took the left-hand side. We've respected the higher time frame trend line. So until this trend line gets broken, I would be looking for buys. Um, is scalp trades good whilst consolidating? If you know what you're doing, yeah. If you don't know what you're doing, it may be a little bit complicated. All right. So GJ, I am looking for buys. But I want to see what happens. One of two things are gonna happen, guys. We are gonna get either a pullback to maybe our other side of the trend line to then go higher, or we're gonna get an absolute plummet which we have been waiting for a while. But if we do plummet, we are coming to the 184s areas. So that's what I'm looking for in GJ. Pretty straightforward. This liquidity trend line has been swept somewhat, not all the way, but you can see how it broke it. Right, you guys can see how it broke, retested, and then made its way. Targets was obviously previous high over here. Very, very straightforward. If the RH wick breaks the L lower, are we looking for a sell? If the right hand wick breaks the lower hand, is that what you mean? It doesn't mean we're looking for a sell. It just means that liquidity's been taken. So that for us, that might be TPs. For other people, their stop loss got hit. That's all it means. All right. So it means that there's no money there. So there's no reason for the markets to go there because all the markets does is it looks for where money is. And where is money? People's stop loss. Where do people put their stop loss? At wicks, at highs and lows. So we want to be alongside the banks when we trade. Just to understand liquidity a bit better, any highs that are created will eventually have another high at some point to take out people who sold at previous highs and vice versa. Pretty much. So let me try and break this out. So if you look at this example here, guys, all right, this was a low, okay? People had stop losses. People had stop losses, all right, below the low, just below the low, right? It's not a coincidence, guys, that price at some point has now come and swept the low. So once you realize price does this, all you need to do is be on the side that the bank is. So you'd rather be on a sell coming down to this and put your TPs below someone's stop loss because you're now taking their money. So that's how I kind of transition my trading now is where there may be people stop loss. I'd rather be with the banks hitting your stop loss than my stop loss getting hit. Let's see if we can see another example. It happens over and over and over again. GJ is the worst for it. Okay. So this example here, a lot of people would have had stop losses here, stop loss above the high. All price has done is it comes and pierced it and then went the actual way it needs to go. Hopefully that makes sense. Can you repeat what you said about stop loss? So where people's stop losses are is where we need to have our take profits. Okay. Now, where the most people put their stop loss, they put their stop loss below the low or above the high. So if I can try and find another example. Okay, so this example here, all right, a lot of people would have probably got out their fibs from their low, all right, to their high, okay, and what they would have done is they would have put a entry at the top of this order block where there's a little imbalance, okay, and their stop loss would have went below this low. All price does every single time is it will take your stop loss here. So you guys can see stop loss got taken over here. Stop loss got taken. Everybody's thinking, oh, sugar, it's going the other way. No, it's not. It's going the right way. It just had to take your stop loss before. So what I've been waiting on is for price to do what it needs to do, and then I get in with price. Okay, so instead of being an eager beaver, wait for price to do what it needs to do, and then go with the banks. Okay, so if you zoom into this, you'll probably see some sort of pattern change for you to actually execute the trade, if I remember correctly. Is this the example? You get my point. Um, cool. There's a few things I wanted to actually, a few questions I've got. Um, So yeah, guys, what I would consider as well, yes, obviously we some of us are relying on Monara, but it comes to a stage where you have to use your own common sense. If you are trading a USD pair, you should not really be entering a USD pair outside of the USD or the New York session. Why? Because that's where most liquidity is at. Same with GBP. If you trade GBP JPY, I don't want to be entering a trade between 10 and 1 because New London session is from 7 a.m. till 10 a.m. That is where the most market or the most volume is in the market. So I don't want to be trading my currency outside of the time zone. So whatever currency you trade, guys, whether Monara sends it or not, I would much rather be wrong on my behalf instead of taking someone else's or Monara's trade, for example. And that's nothing against Monara. That's just a psychology you have to build if you want to become consistently profitable. All right. So my bias for GJ, I think we are a little bit bullish, but we'll see. Gold, I think we are bullish, but we have to wait for price to do its thing. That's why trading is very, very boring at this point, because 80% of the time, guys, I'm sitting on my hands doing nothing. You have to wait for price to do its thing, and then you get involved. Um, a few other people asked me about how do you know what trades to take, etc. We've got VIPs, da 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 da. Is it too late to jump on GJ? I don't know if to answer that question. Um, Different accounts, right? Have an account for Monara, have an account for yourself, and if you have a funded account, have a funded account for yourself. So have different examples or different, sorry, trade ideas for different accounts. So if you're in a VIP chat, for example, like you should have an account for your crypto. You should have a trading account for Monara, and then you should have a trading account for you to make your own mistakes. I think that would be the best thing to do. Just so that you don't have all, and it's hard to journal as well. You can't journal all your trades if they're on one account. If you have different accounts, you can then kind of adjust when it comes through. Do you take the gold trades that get sent out in the VIP? Not all of them, no. If I look at it and I'm not happy with it and I don't like it, I'm not taking it, regardless who sends it in. But this is where you have to kind of knuckle down and kind of find your own strategy, find your own rules. Whereas you can't take every single. So is it best to pay attention to the market and trade between 7 and 10 a.m.? If you're trading a London pair, if whatever pair you trades has GBP at the start or the end of it, then you want to be trading in London session. If you're trading gold or any USD pairs, you want to be trading from 1 p.m., those in London, 1 p.m. till 4 p.m. Any time outside of that, you are taking a bigger risk than you need to. And more time than not, when Monara does send out a trade, he's just giving you the heads up because a few times he sends out a trade before London session. So he's just lining up London. He's lining up the trade for when London actually happens. A few times it comes out at 6 a.m., 5 a.m. And yes, we're entering at that time, but I guarantee you, if you wait until London actually opens, you'll get a better entry. And he's probably definitely waiting for a better entry. Makes sense. Set up a demo account for my own trades. Yeah. So guys, look, if you want to learn, if you want to take your own trades, build your confidence on the demo account. If you want to make money, which will help your confidence, take trades with Monara. So have a live account for Monara and take your own trades on your demo account. What I'm finding people are doing is they're making profit with Monara, then you take your own trades and now you lost money, but you're still going to blame Monara. That's a you problem. I'm sorry. So guys, if you don't know the time zones, I can tell you haven't gone through the videos because the ECA Academy goes through the videos and the times. Um, cool. Does anyone want me to check out any pairs? Really and truly, the markets have been. I haven't looked at the market since last week. I'll be totally honest with you. There's not much going on. Let's look at what we looked at last week. Does the strategy work on crypto? Um, What, as in my strategy, trend lines and resistance, and yeah, it does, but there's a lot more to it. So you guys can see this example here. This was a trade that played out. DeFi did send it out as well, and I see why. So at this point here, you got a nice head and shoulders. You got your left shoulder, your neck, your right shoulder, and it's literally just played off that. Um, Going off imbalance, guys, you guys can see from this point here, there's a reason why price came to this point to fill the gap. So there was a huge gap. It's come and filled it. Now I think we are probably going to get it sinking at the moment. So imbalance again. This is probably gonna. Uh, so you guys can see from this point here. Did it take out the high? Yeah, it took out the high. Let me get rid of this. Okay. So most people might have done this. A lot of people might have done this. Okay. They would have put their stop loss or their entry just at this imbalance. So this order block, you guys can see this buy to sell. Why is my mouse moving like this? So you can see at this buy to sell candle, all right, people would have put their entry and their stop loss would have went above here. All price has done is it's taken people's stop loss from that wick, literally from that wick, and then it's made its way down. So moving forward, I do think we're probably going to get Bitcoin come a little lower because we've got this huge trend line that's being respected. It's broken it. It might need to retest the other side, whether it does or not. We're going to have to wait and see. But I could see this coming a lot lower. Um, I haven't gone through all the videos yet, so do I copy and paste what is in the groups or just wait until I learn the theory? Copy and paste what's in the group, just make sure you manage your risk. Is copy and pasting ECA signals enough to be profitable? You mean Monara signals? Yeah. A lot of people are profitable just from copy and pasting from Monara trade idea sessions. So people in my team, the two products we use is a scanner and Monara trade idea sessions. If you simply take the Monara trade idea sessions, guys, and with risk, you will be profitable. The reason why you're not profitable is because you now get excited and then you over leverage, and that one trade you over leverage, you lose all your losses, all your wins, sorry, and now you decide to take your own trades and now you start losing your own trades. So build your confidence on your demo account, start making money on your live account, but just Monara trade idea sessions. Do you personally hold crypto, bro, or just trade it? Both. Both. So the aim of the game is to draw money out of Forex, draw money out of leverage crypto, and then put it into an actual crypto, not stable coin, but a reliable coin. Um, that's the aim of the game. So what I want to see with Bitcoin, I want to see how it respects. If this trend line can get respected, okay, which I don't think it will, we're probably going to get either a rejection here, which is, we might, or we're just going to get a break, retest, and we're coming a lot lower. Oh, so this is what I think for Bitcoin. Swept the low. And even if you was to get out of fibs, right, your fibs from your high, this is your high, and you put it to your low, it's not a coincidence we've tapped into our golden zone. So our golden zone right here, we've tapped into it, we've taken liquidity. I think we now becoming a lot lower. What are my favorite projects? I don't have favorite projects. I have a few that I'm looking at. This is from DeFi Burst, though, I'll be honest. So you got Engine, XRP, Lux, Polkadot. Um, but I think what you guys can look at as well is the total market cap. So this is the total market cap of crypto as a whole. This is a good chart to look at. And if you look at that, guys, that doesn't look stable enough to go and make its way. If it's sat on a 78, yeah, crypto, just don't sleep on crypto. Anyone that's listening, do not sleep on crypto. But does anyone want me to look at any charts before we wrap it up? Um, how many pips should you aim for each week overall? So you don't want to aim for pips, you want to aim for percentage. And if you guys come to the daily compound interest calculator, this gives you an idea of what you can work towards. So most of you should start with a $500 account. If you aim for around 3%, and that is not per day. I know it says daily, but you want to do that per trade. 90 days, reinvest everything because you should be building a business. Include weekends, no, unless you're trading crypto. Start date. So you don't have to do this daily, but if you do this every trade, I don't see why you wouldn't be profitable. So day one, all you have to do is make £15, not a lot of money. But day 30 now, you're now making £35, but your account is on a grand 200, which people are doing in less time with Monaro. I've had two people in my team over the past week, obviously disclaimer and all of that. He grew his account from £500 to 10K. And then someone that's been in for 3 weeks went from £400 to 4 grand, all from copy and pasting, but with risk management. Okay. So compound daily interest, day 60 now, you have £85, but now your account's nearly on 3 grand. So you don't want to go for pips. You can if you want, but percentage is the game. As an investor, percentage is all that matters. EU. Let's check out EU. I haven't traded EU in a while. EU doesn't look pretty either. It looks like gold. But you guys can see before this huge push up, or when this had a huge push up from your low, all right, to your high, we haven't, well, we did, we tapped on our 78. And at the same time, we filled this imbalance gap on the left-hand side. So EU and gold correlate, guys. So if EU's going up, gold should be going up as well. That's a little gem. So yeah, I'd probably be bullish on EU. Market's just opened, I think. Yeah, market's just opened. AUD what, bro? If your account is only roughly 1K, what lot size should you trade? Use Stinu. Download the app Stinu, STINU. It tells you what lot size to use depending on what percentage you want to risk per trade. All you need to do is find out your pips from your entry to your stop loss. All my pairs are 100 spread. What is your broker? 0.1 for 1K. It depends. That's just basic information. The basic information is for every £100 you have 0.01. For every £500, you'd use 0.05. But if you get a better entry, you can use a 1.1. I've had times where I've had a small account, but I've had a 5 pip stop loss and I've been able to use a heavy lot because of my pips in stop loss. Okay. EU, I'm not too sure, Billy. All I know is that obviously price has not taken out these highs. So we've got a liquidity trend line again. Same with gold, really. You've got a liquidity trend line from this point to this point. So you got money sitting above. It's just about when it takes off. When does it take off? You know, trades have such small stop loss because I haven't seen any yet. Well, that's for you to do. That's for you to do. That's for you to. That's when you become a trader. Is when you can find the best entry with the best stop loss. For now, like you're not gonna. Um, if Manara sends out a trade, me personally, just as me with 4 years experience, I am not entering a trade that has a 60 pip stop loss. But if you don't know how to trade, you have no option. You have no better trades. Does that make sense? Mm. Any other pairs, guys? So yeah, EU, I'm probably bullish. I just want to see what it does first, but I don't like the fact that we're gonna come a little bit lower, if anything. So from this fibs, if we pull into there, maybe let's look a little bit better. I don't know, something like this, maybe 1 to 6. So you risk 1% to make 6% back. US USD JPY. Oh, this is what we marked up last week. Okay, so price, right? Same again. The banks are so cheeky, right? Most people, well, if you saw an example, you had your stop loss below the low. It took your stop loss. Why did it take your stop loss? There was something below that needed to get filled. Okay. This order block with an imbalance, right? You guys can see it's filled this little gap here. So this candle, right? This candle has nothing to the right of it until now. Bosh, it's filled the price. So where your entry should have been is at the top of the imbalance, top of the break. Stop loss can be below the low. That's a 20 pip stop loss. And you can pull it to your high. It's a 1 to 6. Easy work. I'm not looking at I don't DS30. I don't know what that is, my friend. Do you recommend taking trades from Eminus on the weekly results? They have a higher win rate most of the time. Ask your upline. Ask whoever enrolled you. If they take Eminus, use Eminus. DJ 30. You mean US 30? 30, 30. Uh 30, 30. So right now we're in no man's land. US 30 is in no man's yeah, this is that's crazy. Stay away from this. US 30 is like gold on steroids. It's their crypto signals. Yeah, DeFi verse, bro. Buy it. It's worth it. So yeah, DeFi verse. Scalping, US 30. I don't trade it, so I don't really have an opinion. It's taken out the high. So what you're probably gonna see is it take out the low. We've got a built liquidity trend line up here. So you've got money sitting below. So what's going to happen probably is either we're going to get a reaction off of the trend line to go higher, which I don't think because we've taken out the high above. So the high got taken. What's probably going to happen is they're going to break the trend line, use it as a thing, and come a lot lower to maybe here, which is our next support or resistance area. So I think it's going to happen on US 30. Any other pairs you guys want me to look at quickly, or any questions you guys have? But yeah, we're gonna have to just sit tight, man. Guys, please, 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 please. I tell my team all the time, with trading, it's quality over quantity. You do not need to trade every day. You are not an employee with trading. You do not owe trading anything every day. You do not need to show up to trading and trade every day. Look at the charts every day. Do not enter every day. You're gonna lose your capital. Um, so yeah, I'm not too sure with the rest. How long have I been trading? It's been next month it will be 4 years. So for me, it took me nearly 2.5 years, if not more, to finalize my strategy. 3 years probably. Because I was hopping from strategy to strategy to strategy, blaming this educator, blaming that platform, blaming this, and the problem was me the whole time. So it took me 3 years to knuckle down and actually finalize my strategy. And then the rest of the time since then, it's been about psychology, which is probably the most important. So find something that makes sense to you. ICT strategy, no, my friend. I'm the upper other spectrum. I'm the other end of the spectrum. Yeah, if you the best way, if you guys, like I said, if you guys are new and you probably haven't found a strategy, plug into Samuel's call the other day. That was such a good call for someone that may be a beginner. For myself, I still took value, but because I've built my strategy, there's only psychological things that I could have learned from that. Does that make sense? Do you ever enter trades with a low lot size first, and then when it's at a drawdown? Yeah, that's what you're meant to do, ideally. So if a Monaro trade comes through and you're anxious and you've got FOMO, enter if you have a zero point 0.1 lot size. So you've calculated you need to use a zero point 0.1. As a Monaro trade comes through, enter a 0.02. So you're in the trade. If you can now get a better price, enter another 0.02. If it gets way lower, enter the rest of it, and now you have free potential take profits. So you never want to enter your whole volume at one entry. But BTC looks good still. Let's see if let's see on this page. 1 second, guys. Yeah. Cool. If we don't have any other questions or charts you want me to look at, guys, um, we can wrap it up there. But I appreciate you guys jumping on. Let me stop recording.